In your career, when you start a new job, there's an orientation. Wouldn't it be great if your relationship also came with an orientation? Today, this video, we're going to talk about relationship orientation, because if you didn't know, now you do. Returning non-Wisdom viewers, thank you for coming back. I appreciate the love, I appreciate the comment, I appreciate the views. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. You don't want to miss it. I do life, beauty, wellness hacks every week. Guys, think about it. When you start a new job somewhere, they send you to orientation on your first day to kind of get familiar with the building, the rules, the policies, all of that. When it comes to relationships, we never do that. We kind of go from dating, which is the interview portion, if you compare it to a career, except the career, when you get hired, there's an official offer letter, there's an orientation date, people congratulate you. Some of you, when it comes to your dating, you never know whether you got hired or not, which is your official relationship. Some of you get stuck in this limbo, like, are we exclusive? Are we just dating? Are we friends? Like, what's going on here? When you're not clear from the dating stage to the exclusive stage and you're stuck in that limbo, I can only imagine how things are going to go downhill for you. Because, back to the analogy of orientation, imagine if there was an orientation when you finally get exclusive and say, okay, when is orientation for the relationship? What are you talking about? It's where the two of you sit down and you talk and you cover the rules. What is going to happen in this relationship? What does it mean to have this relationship? What are your hours, right? Think about it. What are your hours during the relationship? Phone calls, you know, can you make phone calls during working hours? As silly as it sounds, these are things that are really going to help cultivate a successful relationship for you. When you sit down with the person that you're going from dating to an exclusive relationship, you want to know what those expectations are. What do you expect me to do while we're in this relationship? Because these are the top 3 things I expect from you. I expect, you know, for you to not date anybody else. I expect for you to notify me if you're running late and we have a date to meet. I expect you to, you know, hang out with me at least 3 times a week. You see how you're getting clear? And that way the other person knows what you're expecting out of that relationship. And then you exchange. What are you expecting out of yours? It's the same thing with orientation in your relationship as orientation with your job. How many of you would love to do a do-over in your relationship? Just the orientation part. I can't help you if you don't pick the wrong person, all right? But I can help you if you're ready to have a relationship orientation. All you do is you get with your partner and you say to them, partner, let's do an orientation. You know, they're gonna think you're crazy. You're gonna give them the link to this video and then they're gonna go, oh yeah, I get it now, you know? And you guys are just gonna talk, because this is the beginning of an authentic relationship, of a real relationship, of a grown-up relationship. There's nothing wrong with getting up front what you're gonna get out of this. I mean, come on, do you sit there and think your employer is nuts for sitting you down and saying, here's your key code to get into the building, here is what time the elevators open? Absolutely not. In fact, you actually dislike it if you show up for work and there's a couple of things that you weren't prepared for. That's what's going on in your relationship. When you have a breakdown, should have covered it in orientation. For those of you that have done an orientation per se in your relationship, leave me a comment. Let me know what are some of the things that you set up, what are some of the policies, procedures, rules, and what's working for you, what's not. Those of you that have not set this up and are about to enter that relationship phase, or you're in the early relationship phase, even if you've already been together for a year, maybe 6 years, do it, because you can always clear everything in the past and start over and create this orientation for you. I promise it'll be a success. Why take my advice? Because I've been doing dating and relationship blogging for over 8 years. What does that mean? I've been researching relationships. I've been trying to get to the bottom of why people do what when it comes to relationships, when it comes to getting together. And also, on the career flip side of it, I've been in recruiting HR for over 10 years. So I've mastered the dating relationship realm, and I've also mastered the HR recruiting realm. So I have both worlds pretty much mastered, and I'm bringing them together so it'll make more sense to you in terms that makes you go, aha. That's all I got for you guys. And remember, I'm here to make your life sexier.